cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, and black pepper. I know you're probably familiar with these spices, but guess what? We are going to be making cake. This chai loaf cake is filled with all these warm spices, perfectly soft and fluffy. And trust me, once you're done baking this cake, the aroma is going to be so incredible. Definitely, I know you have all these warm spices in your kitchen, so instead of using the spices to cook, we are going to be baking this delicious chai loaf cake. To get started, you're going to pick your mixing bowl, and for this recipe, we are going to be using a hand blender right here. For this recipe, I'm going to be using 1 cup margarine. Using a hand blender, you're going to whip up the butter until soft. Before whipping up your margarine, you're going to preheat your oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Next, you're going to line a loaf pan with parchment paper. Also, don't forget to spray the tin. If you don't have the baking spray, you can spread some margarine and you'll be good to go. When the margarine is creamed up, I'm going to be adding in 1 cup sugar. I'm using granulated sugar, and mix the margarine together with the sugar until combined. Once the margarine and sugar are combined, we're going to crack in 3 eggs, one at a time. And using your hand mixer on high speed, you're going to whip up or cream up this butter until soft and light. In between, you're going to use a spatula and scrape the bowl so that everything can get fully whipped up. Next, you're going to add in some cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, black pepper. You can also use white pepper, salt, and 1 teaspoon baking powder. Add in some vanilla essence for some flavor. Using your mixer, you're going to whip up everything until combined. Scrape your bowl to make sure everything is fully combined. I'm going to be adding my all-purpose flour in intervals as I add in some milk until everything is fully combined. So I'm going to add in half of the flour. And also at this point, you don't need a hand mixer. All you need is a spatula or a whisk. Fold in the all-purpose flour into the batter. While adding in your milk. Add in the rest of the all-purpose flour. Fold in and the rest of the milk. My oven is ready for my cake, and also I'm done mixing up my butter. So the next step is to transfer the butter in my prepped up loaf tin. Carefully, I'm going to add in the butter. Make sure to get everything from the bowl because the cake is definitely going to be delicious. Using a spatula, you're going to level up your butter in the baking tin. Once you're done, you're going to tap your tin on the countertop for around 2 times. This is to release all the extra air bubbles or air pockets in the batter. Now, you're going to be baking the cake at 180 degrees Celsius for 50 to 60 minutes. And to check if the cake is ready, you're going to insert a skewer in the middle of the cake. And once the skewer comes out clean, the cake is ready. I'm going to be checking if the cake is ready. I'm going to insert a skewer, and once the skewer comes out clean, the cake is ready. You can see the cake doesn't have any wet butter. So now I'm going to be cooling the cake for around 10 minutes before inverting so that the cake can cool further. After completely cooling my chai loaf cake, it's looking so good. So it's time to cut into the cake to check how it's looking on the inside. So using a serrated knife, I'm going to cut my cake. You can see how gorgeous the cake crumb is looking like. It's also very moist. Just look at that. My chai loaf cake has turned out so good. It's soft, it's incredibly flavorful and so delicious. Trust me, if you're going to try out this recipe, you're going to love this recipe. I have so many cake recipes. You can check up here or in the description box for more cake recipes. So yes, 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 this is definitely a cake worth trying. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll be trying out this delicious chai loaf cake recipe.